All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from the Legacy Atlanta. Rookie Greg Wellen and the Dominator Cody Burke on the front row. Vic Brown, Cale Spicer on the second row. Tyler Ott, Clay Kirchenbauer on the third row. Patrick Pieper, Bradley James on the fourth. Adam Rubel and Andrew Thornton round out the top 10. Chad Ragsdale starting in 11th, next to Puchanowski in 12th. Shane Hoffman in 13th, Colby Whipple in 14th, Andy Wilkinson in 15th, Jeremy Queener in 16th, Edmund Jones 17th, Kirk Marble in 18th, Zach Mead in 19th, Austin Ruskoff in 20th. Andy Kirchenbauer starting in 21st, next to Richard Cragen in 22nd, David Lux in 23rd, Ryan McDaniel in 24th, Brian Hewitt 25th, Joe Lux 26th, Jade Briette, Ed Sr., Austin Edwards, Mark Dantuma round out the top 30. Larry Waits, Colton Johansson, John White, Gary Wright round out the 34 car field here in Atlanta. All the drivers getting buckled in, ready to go. As always, folks, if you have a favorite driver in the field, don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. The drivers begin rolling. 650 horsepower under the hood of each one of these cars. Andrew Thornton is not confident tonight, but we have faith in him getting it done. All right, everybody is stacked up, ready to go. The iRacing pace truck about to drop to pit road as they come out of turn 4. And man, given the drivers in this field, it's going to be one heck of a battle here tonight. And here we go. Pace truck drops in. Greg Wellen in control. The green flag flies. They are down and away in Atlanta. And Chad Ragsdale started from pit road. Bit of a surprise there. The Dominator already clear into the lead as they're trying to get 3 wide out of turn 2. And oh, we've got a problem behind. And the caution is out on lap 1. Chaos out of turn 2. Zach Mead involved head-to-toe to pit road. Taking a look down from the chopper at Andy Kirchenbauer, and Zach Mead looks like Indy may have given Zach a bit of a bump. Zach had a hard hit. Let's get another angle on Zach here. Nose to tail as they come out of turn 2. Look like Indy just got a slightly better run. Zach gets Wow, Zach had one heck of a ride. And there you see the engine let go. That also helps Chad Ragsdale, who started from pit road. Bit of a bumpy start here at Atlanta while they're under caution. Taking a quick look at the temperatures. Air temperature currently 69. Track temperature currently 75 degrees, but it is 11 a.m. track time. So this track liable to get a lot hotter. When it gets hot, man, this track gets greasy. These drivers start sliding everywhere. Greg Well and Kel Spicer, Cody Burke, Vic Brown, Bradley James, the top five. Tyler Ott, Clay Kirchenbauer, Patrick Pieper, Andrew Thornton, and Bud Janowski round out the top 10. Austin Edwards, one of the big movers, up 6 spots into 23rd. John Wyatt also up 6 spots into 27th. And a few cars dropping in to top off on fuel. As the lights go out and they stack back up, it's a little bit early, but it's never too early to crank it up. And you know these cars are gonna get loud here in Atlanta. Zach Mead officially out of the race. Still 33 cars around this track. It's gonna roar. These old school big V8s make a beautiful sound. So when the green flag drops, I'm gonna shut up and let you guys crank it up. All right, pace car is in. And the green flag flies. Crank it up, y'all. Sound that is the rookie Greg Wellen out front. Bradley James has the fastest lap so far. Pudge shot the gap up the middle. Pudge moving up into 9th and looking up the middle for a couple more. Can't get there yet. Tires still likely a little bit cold on these cars. They didn't get the heat into them before the first caution flew. But every one of these drivers starting to feel the temps come up, the grip come up for a few laps before the tires start fading, and they fade quickly here. Some of the drivers were talking about 10 laps costing as much as 10 to 15% tire wear. Vic Brown on the move down low. a great track for a lot of different grooves. A lot of different places to put the car to try and make some moves. Whoa, we've got one loose coming out of two. The caution is going to come out. Maybe, there it is. Indy Kirchenbauer, Brian Hewitt, Chad Ragsdale, all involved. A rough start to the night for Indy, who has already towed it in. Taking a look down from the chopper, we'll back this up a hair. All right, here they come. Chad Ragsdale bumps the wall, comes down, collects Hewitt. Ragsdale and Hewitt both get into Indy. And a couple more cars lose a few body panels and a few close calls. Indy Kirchenbauer, Colton Johansson, and Ed Sr. all have significant damage. Indy the Kid out early. And a lot of drivers coming in this time for fuel. Tyler Ott leading them in. Vic Brown, Cody Burke, Kirk Marble, Adam Rubel, Richard Cragen, Joe Lux, Larry Waits, Mark Dantuma, Brian Hewitt, Ed Sr. all in. And a few drivers taking on tires here early. They're only about 10 laps into this thing. They have 5 extra sets of tires tonight. And they're gonna need every single one. The top 18 cars all stay out. Everybody from 19th place on back coming in. I stand corrected. Gary Wright came in under that first caution. So everybody from 20th place, Cody Burke on back. Just came in. Cody Burke, Kirk Marble, Richard Cragen. Fuel only, Tyler Ott, Vic Brown taking tires. Mark Dantuma, Larry Waits, fuel only. Adam Rubel and Joe Lux also taking tires. Brian Hewitt, Ed Sr. both caught up in that incident. Both had significant repairs. Lights are out. They stack back up for the restart. And already a battle of attrition as Indy Kirchenbauer, Zach Mead, and Chad Ragsdale, all three already out. Colton Johansson still on pit road. Already a bit bumpy here in Atlanta. The rookies, Greg Wellen and Cale Spicer on the front row. Greg Wellen choosing the outside line for the restart. He'll be in control when they come to the start-finish line. Pace truck is in. And the green flag flies. They are back underway. And we've got one blinking up at the front. It's Bradley James. Tyler Audis had a problem on the restart. No caution yet. Pujanowski already up 7 spots into 5th. We saw Pudge on the attack all last week. After a 2-year hiatus, he has come back with a vengeance. Let's see what happened with Tyler on the restart. Oh, looks like that outside line gets checked up. The inside line checks up as well. Looked like Ott got a bit of a bump. Looking down from the chopper at Tyler Ott, you see both lines check up. The inside line really checks up. Nothing Tyler could do. Greg Wellen still out front, and lap traffic may become an issue quickly. Patrick Pieper now in 4th, Pujanowski in 5th, the top 5 single file. As you can tell, and they're starting to lose a little bit of grip as Bradley James goes on the attack. Bradley looking under the rookie Cale Spicer for 2nd. Austin Edwards got no practice. Whoa, hold on to her. Austin got no practice, didn't get to qualify. He is already up 21 spots into 8th. Cody Burke on the way back toward the front as well. Cody now in 13th after restarting at 20th. Greg Wellen and the rest of the crew about to be in lap traffic. And it looks like Colton Johansson just ahead of the leaders. Cale Spicer for the moment has held off Bradley James in 3rd. Pujanowski now in 4th, closing. Austin Edwards there in the 18, as we mentioned, already up 21 spots into 8th place. Vic Brown, one of the drivers that under that last caution took 4 fresh Goodyears. Vic already back up into 15th, and as this run goes on, Vic will really move through this field. Vic really in a mess of traffic. See if we can dial up his in-car camera for a lap or so. Now watch as Vic sends it off into 3 and 4. Clears the lap car, lets Queener clear. And across the start-finish line, remember Vic is on fresh tires, so he'll be able to go deeper into the turn, get on the power earlier. You can see the difference there. Closes the gap quickly on Queener through 1 and 2. Back down into 3 and 4, and you can see every line of this track, every inch of this track being used tonight. Oh, it gets a little bumpy ahead. Vic just did that lap at a 33.39 in traffic. As Austin Ruskoff, Jeremy Queener, well, Queener a little loose out of 2. Andy Wilkinson now in 11th, Colby Whipple in 12th. Both drivers starting to move forward. Greg Wellen has been up front since the green flag dropped. Remember, Greg Well and Cale Spicer, both rookies in the league. This is their first race. But neither driver a rookie on track. These two guys have the highest I rating in the field. Points leader Cody Burke currently running in 7th. Remember, he restarted back in 20th. He continues to march forward as well. Austin Edwards, no qualifying, no practice. Already up 22 spots into 7th. Ed Sr. has come to pit road unexpectedly. Looks like he's going to take on some tires. The top 4, including Puchanowski, have opened up a gap. Patrick Pieper in 5th, 1.5 seconds back. Clay Kirchenbauer right on Pieper's back bumper. And Austin Edwards has caught both of them. Lap times are starting to fall. Or rather, lap times are starting to get longer as the tires wear. Greg Wellen's fastest lap so far, 32.3. Last time by, 33.6. 1.3 seconds a lap slower. Most of these drivers looking at 35 to 40 laps on a tank of fuel. Hey, good evening, Tina. As I was saying, 35 to 40 laps on a tank of fuel, but I can promise you every one of these drivers already wants a fresh set of tires. Austin Edwards has just moved into 5th, 1.7 seconds behind Pudge. Edmund Jones has moved up into 9th, Colby Whipple in 10th. Andrew Thornton currently holds on to 11th, but Vic Brown on those fresh tires is moving forward. Count, what's wrong, buddy? Whoa! As lead 5 getting a little bumpy, Cale Spicer is gonna take the lead. Bradley James slips by to take 2nd. Greg slips back to 3rd, but Pudge is ready to strike. And Austin Edwards, 1.9 seconds back. He is gaining ground, but he did lose a little bit. The top 4, meanwhile, continue to battle it out. Well, Count, you recognize the track because we're in Atlanta tonight, buddy. Jeremy Queener up 4 spots now into 12th. Austin Ruskoff up 6 spots into 14th. Richard Cragen up 7 spots into 15th. David Lux up 7 spots into 16th. Jade Briette up 10 spots into 17th. So some big movers starting to come through the field. Well, there you go, Count. You can tell your wife you're watching a race in Atlanta right now. That's got to count for something. Rookie Adam Rubel, only his second race with the lead, 3 wide up top. Rubel started in 9th, he has slipped back into 18th, and Rubel was on fire last week, would get caught up in somebody else's mess, and kept fighting his way back, but a rough start to this one. Austin Ruskoff on the bottom. Ruskoff trying to fight his way past Cragen and Thornton. Cale Spicer out front, opening up a gap, 0.7 of a second over Bradley James. John Wyatt has come to pit road. And remember, we mentioned 35 to 40 laps on a tank of fuel here tonight. A little bit early, the short pit strategy may benefit John here. He'll come back out with fresh tires. Most of the field we'll see in the next 5 to 10 laps. Ed Sr. is still sitting on pit road, not sure what's happened. John Wyatt has just picked up a black flag on his way out. Austin Ruskoff has had a problem. No caution. Ryan McDaniel is on his way in. All right, here they come out of turn 4. There's Austin. Oh, he gets a bit of a bump as they come down the front stretch. Keeps his foot in it. Lost some places, but man, great save. He stays in the fight. Folks, don't forget, more racing to come tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern. Home Motorsports Winter Season Finale. Man, it has been a wild season. Richie Joplin locked up that championship last week as Ryan McDaniel comes back out. John Wyatt has hit pit road to serve his penalty. Ryan McDaniel back on track. Remember, he is 4 for... Oh, here comes a lot of cars in. Patrick Pieper, Jeremy Queener, Edmund Jones, Clay Kirchenbauer, all on pit road. Likely to see Cale Spicer in the next lap or two. He can't allow some of those guys to have fresh tires much longer than him. Greg Wellen is in. Pujanowski's coming in. Cale Spicer, meanwhile, has checked out. He has got a big lead over Bradley James. Hey, good evening, Jason. Cale continuing to stay out, as does Bradley. The Dominator now up into third. Austin Edwards and Colby Whipple are in. Andrew Thornton also coming in, as is David Lux. Our first round of green flag stops of the night. And the leader is in. Bradley James bringing it in second. And the Dominator takes the lead. Remember, he is playing the long game, trying to get another championship. Picking up a few bonus points tonight. Really good. Whoa! The Dominator gets the wall through 1 and 2. Well, Jason, glad you're here, buddy. Count, I will definitely have to look that up because I have never heard of Collecticon. Clay Kirchenbauer just set the fastest lap of the race so far. Andy Wilkinson and Gary Wright completing their pit stops. Now remember, the Dominator did top off on fuel lap 10. He can stretch this a little bit further. Although I don't know how much further he wants to stretch this. Last time by, he ran a 34.15. Greg Wellen and Cale Spicer both ran about 32.7. So the Dominator losing about 2 seconds a lap at the moment. Vic Brown, Adam Rubel, Richard Cragen, Kirk Marble have not been in. Mark Dantuma coming in. Tyler Ott now to 6th. Larry Waits to 7th. They have also not come in yet. We should see these guys in. If my math is correct, they've got about 3 more laps of fuel to go. However, they may be losing 2 seconds a lap here, but they will be faster as the other drivers hit the end of their run. It'll be interesting to see. We had a few people that short pitted, came in early. Caution! The caution is out! And holy cow, those guys that had not come in yet, they gambled. It paid off. Looks like Joe Luck's involved. He has towed it in. Let's see what happened. Looks like this started way early. All right, let's take a look at Joe Lux. Joe down there on the bottom, a little squirrely, coming out of 4, holds on to it, smacks the wall going into 1, slides down to the apron, tries to save it, hits the outside wall. Pudge narrowly misses. Oh, Joe comes down, clips another car. And things go sideways from there. Brian Hewitt, man, what a hit. Hewitt getting into Lux. And as we mentioned, that top 10 had not been in yet. Holy cow, that gave them a huge advantage as everybody is making stops. Even the guys who had already been in coming in to top off. And John Wyatt out of the race. It blew his engine. I'm sorry to hear that, John. You were on track, looked like having a great race, buddy. All right. After pit stops, Cody Burke, Adam Rubel, Vic Brown, Pujanowski, Tyler Ott, your top 5. Kirk Marble, Greg Welland, Cale Spicer, Larry Waits, Bradley James round out the top 10. And man, we have had some attrition here tonight. Ed Sr. is back on track, but Colton Johansson and now John Wyatt out. Now 5 cars already out of the race. All right, they are stacking back up for the restart as they get the 1 to green signal. John, we've all done it at some point, buddy. The Dominator and one of the rookies on the front row. As I mentioned earlier, Adam Rubel on the outside of the front row put on quite a show last week. He is going to be one to watch as the season goes on. Now, Dominator is in control. All right, here we go. Pace truck dives in. And the green flag flies. They are back underway in Atlanta. And the Dominator quickly clearing traffic as everybody behind starts to fan out, coming through 1 and 2. And look at Pudge on the restart. Pudge restarted back in 20th, picks up 2 spots right away. Whoa! We have got a battle on up front. Adam Rubel battling with Burke for the lead. Kirk Marble, Vic Brown battling back behind. Greg Welland now back up into 5th. Cale Spicer in 6th. And Vic on the move up top. Big run out of 2. Vic shoots up into 3rd, trying to get the run for 2nd. Looks like the High Line, the place to be here tonight. Well, they are leaning on each other 3 wide into 1. Close call, holy cow. Greg Wellen a little bit loose out of 2, takes advantage of it. Now to the bottom, 3 wide. While Vic gets sandwiched. Yep, caution's out at the start-finish line. This could get messy. Wow, that could have been a lot worse. The drivers did an amazing job holding on. And let's take another look at this one. All right, looking down from the chopper there, 3 wide. With Vic Brown in the middle, Wellen comes up, the car above comes down. They sandwich into Vic. And multiple cars start spinning. Jeremy Queener locks up the brakes. Looking back behind as Pujanowski comes through this, watching these cars back behind. They see the smoke ad on the front stretch. Everybody locks them up. There is not a whole lot of options. Things get really dicey. But it looked like Jeremy Queener may have gotten the worst of this one. He was right behind it when it popped off immediately on the brakes. Almost clears it, but goes to the right to avoid it and smacks the outside wall. And almost everybody is in. David Lux stays out, and I do believe he's the only one. Several cars taking fuel only, a few cars taking right sides only. Greg Wellen, fuel only. Looks like Kirk Marble took right sides. Adam Rubel, fuel only. Looks like the Dominator took 4 tires. Vic Brown, Mark Dantuma, fuel only. And let's see if we can get a word with David Lux. Hey, David, it's Doug in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, man, gutsy strategy staying out here, but you got the lead now. What can you do with it?
I'm honestly gonna lie, I don't know what happened there, Doug. Everyone was yelling about position, so I'm just out here on a gutsy call at this point.
Well, I mean, your tires aren't that old, only about 10, 15 laps. You've had a little bit of caution laps in there as well. You have enough tires to fight with these guys further back that have freshies if they get to you?
Oh, we're gonna fucking try. We're gonna rip it around here now. Been on the bottom all day.
Well, man, good luck, and hold on to her, buddy.
Thank you.
Our apologies for the language, folks. He will get a $10,000 fine. All right, everybody stacks up, ready to go. Pace truck dives in. David Luck's in control, and the green flag flies again. Wow. Burke gets an amazing launch. Greg Wellen in the way. Burke down to the bottom. Lux maybe a sitting duck here. Cody down to the bottom. Bradley James trying to follow. Lux gets a great run out of 2. James pushing Burke into 3. Meanwhile, back behind, they are fighting hard as well. Patrick Pieper now up into 5th. Vic Brown in 6th. Edmund Jones in 7th. And Jade Briette now into the top 10. Jade has been picking up spots all night, but Clay Kirchenbauer in the 9th. The Dominator out front. Bradley James now in 2nd. Lux still trying to fight. He shoots to the bottom, trying to hold on to 3rd. That has allowed Pieper to get back up into the fight. Jade Briette now up into 8th. As the race goes on, we mentioned it during pre-race, track getting hotter. The air temperature now up to 70, but the track temp already up about 10 degrees to 83. And as this goes on, the track gets hotter, the tires wear faster, the track gets greasy. These guys are gonna start sliding around more and more. Just past the halfway point as Patrick Pieper fights for 3rd. Cody Burke still has the lead, but for how much longer? Bradley James right on his bumper. Both drivers took 4 tires under that last caution. Andy Wilkinson now up into 11th. Adam Rubel in 12th. Tyler Ott in 13th. Tyler trying to fight his way back. Kirk Marble in 14th. Austin Ruskoff now up to 15th. Shane Hoffman in 16th. Colby Whipple 17th. Ryan McDaniel in the move up to 18th. Austin Edwards in 19th. Richard Cragen in 20th. Mark D'Antuna has been topping off on fuel every pit stop. He is back into 21st. Larry Waits in 22nd. Cale Spicer, one of the rookies, back in 23rd. Jeremy Queener in 24th and Andrew Thornton 25th. Cody Burke, Bradley James, nose to tail. They're not battling at the moment. They're trying to get away from Pieper. Pieper about 7/10 of a second back in closing. And man, what a fight. David Lux kisses the wall on the high side, 3 wide. Oh, Lux was sideways through 1 and 2, but holds on to it. Pujanowski in the wall. Holy cow. He comes down. Gets a bump. And I don't know how he held on. He's loose on the front stretch. Spins to the infield. And it doesn't. Now we're going to see the caution. The caution is out. Let's take a look at that series of events again. Back this up just a hair. All right, there's Pudge on the outside, 3 wide, off into 3 and 4. Sends it a little too hard, gets into the wall. Greg Welland ahead gets into the wall. Pudge ducks low, comes down. I believe it was Vic, gets into his bumper. Pudge trying to get it gathered up, snaps loose. Through the infield, but he keeps it in one piece. Now Vic Brown did get caught up, and you see the damage on the car. And I think his engine may have let go as he tries to limp it back to pit road. And a lot of the field is in, taking tires. The top 4 of Patrick Pieper, Andy Wilkinson, Austin Ruskoff, and Shane Hoffman staying out. Let's see if we can get a word with our new leader, Patrick Pieper. Hey, Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
How's it going, Doug?
Hey, I gotta wonder, staying out, not getting fuel, not getting tires, how worried are you about all these guys behind you with fresh tires?
I'm not super worried about it. I mean, I know that they're gonna have to deal with the guys in between that are, in between me and them first. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know. There might be more cautions. I might get more tires. I decided to stay out and lead a few laps, and because I know I got one more stop left, and so today. So we'll just ride it out from here on there and see how it goes.
Well, I have to say, coming into today, you were just 21 points behind Austin Edwards. You're 4th in points. I know it's early in the season, but you can't tell me you're not thinking long-term already.
Yeah, I just want to get good, consistent finishes in, at least in this league, because I just feel like this might be the move. We'll see. Maybe it won't, but it just feels good to be out front because I haven't been out front in a while. So.
Well, man, great job so far. You've had a heck of a run, and you've been marching forward. Good luck, buddy.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking the top. Sorry, I had to go declare that I'm taking the top.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
All right. Thanks, Doug.
Patrick Pieper restarting up top. And folks, if you missed any of tonight's race, don't forget it'll be on our YouTube channel in beautiful 4K later tonight. And we have a lot of YouTube shorts coming out. Go check them out. We release 10 to 12 shorts every day. All right, here we go. Pace car dives in. Pieper in control. Green flag flies again. And something may be wrong with Ruskoff. I think Austin missed a shift. That has caused a stack up. They're 3 wide. Multiple 3 wides out of turn 2. Holy cow, everybody so far holding on to it. And the Dominator is back out front, but Bradley James is looking up top. Burke slams the door out of Now remember, as we heard Peter say a moment ago, everybody needs at least one more stop. The fuel window looking at about 35 to 40 laps, so they have to make it at least about 15 more laps to be safe. After that, it's going to be a judgment call. I'm sure we'll see some drivers short pit, try and get the fresh tires, and see what they can do. Keeper's strategy did not pay off. He slips back into fifth. And a lot of other fresh tires starting to close in. Austin Ruskoff, who started up toward the front, man, oh, he's getting a bump. Wow, great save. It gets a little chaotic. Austin has slipped all the way to 16th. Bradley James continuing to battle. Could not get the run out of 4. Willie trying to send it deep into 1. Not yet. But Greg Wellen now back up into the fight. Greg Wellen, one of the rookies here tonight, and as we mentioned during pre-race, one of the 2 highest rated drivers in the field. Clay Kirchner back up into 4th, Kirk Marble in 5th, and don't look now, Austin the Goat Edwards in 6th. The Goat also on fresh tires. Edmund Jones now up into 7th, Tyler Ott in 8th, but look who's taking 9th out of turn 2, Hodge is back on the attack. Keeper holds him off for the moment. Now Luck's looking to the high side. And here comes Jade Briette as they go 3 wide just ahead. Andrew Thornton has come to pit road. This is not a scheduled stop. Counts 10-year-old. Andrew Thornton on his way back out, but I don't think he can go the distance on fuel. The Dominator is out front. Bradley James in 2nd. Greg Well in 3rd. Clay Kirchner 4th. Kirk Marble in 5th. Austin Edwards lurking in 6th. Edmund Jones, Tyler Ott battling. Richard Cragen closing in as well. Edmund now into 7th, on in 8th. Pujanowski now in 10th. And man, that group is a mix of lead lap cars and lap cars. And they're trying to go 4 wide. Jade Briette making some moves up top. Well, count Congrats, kid. We are glad to have you, buddy. Patrick Pieper did get some laps led, but since the restart has dropped to 14th, and Austin Ruskoff has slipped all the way to 18th. The Dominator is starting to pull away from Bradley James in that group behind. Austin Edwards is pulled up into that group. Bradley James in second. Greg Welland, Clay Kirchner, Kirk Marble, Austin Edwards all right there. And they're fighting for every position. See if we can look down at this battle from the chopper. Greg Welland now in second. Man, they are battling for every position here, every turn. Bradley gets right to Greg's bumper, has to check up going into 3. Opens the door, Kirk Marble looks underneath. Austin Edwards, Clay Kirchenbauer right behind. Austin now into 5th. The Dominator in the lead, Ryan McDaniel has had a problem. He has gone to pit road. All right, Ryan coming down the back straightaway. Does look like he had some damage on the right front of his car. Gets down the apron and ends up cutting through the grass. Not sure what happened, but Ryan has brought it in, made a stop, and headed back out. Vic Brown has completed his stop as we're starting to see the beginning of final pit stops. Now Vic Brown currently back in 26 after that stop, but Vic is on fresh tires and will be the fastest car for several laps as we ride on board out of turn 4. Across the start-finish line, and watch how quickly Vic starts reeling them in. Clay Kirchenbauer up top, all these guys on old tires. And Vic is just gonna power by them. He's gotta see if he can make up some ground here. Wow, right to Kirk Marble's bumper. Kirk currently running in 3rd. Vic not on the lead lap, but he's about to get his lap back. Vic drops to the bottom through 1 and 2 and just flies by. Patrick Pieper is in. Patrick Pieper in for his final stop. It'll be 4 tires and fuel for Pieper as Vic Brown about to put himself back on the lead lap. Vic gets gets his lap back as the Dominator's lead is now just over 1 second. Kirk Marble in second, battling with Greg Wellen. Austin Edwards lurking right behind, but so is Bradley James. Bradley has been on fire tonight. Cale Spicer, the other rookie here tonight, got caught up earlier. He has slipped back to 15th. He has got a lot of ground to make up. And Edmund Jones coming in for his final stop. Now, based on our math, according to the numbers the drivers gave us, most of these drivers can go another 10 or so laps before needing to top off on fuel. But everybody trying to do some math here, when to get tires and when it'll make them the fastest for the longest. Austin the Goat Edwards now in third. Kirk Marble currently running in second. Shane Hoffman is in for his final stop. And Pujanowski is in. Jay Priette is in. Cale Spicer is in. Surprisingly, we have only seen one pit road penalty tonight. All the drivers have done an amazing job of getting to pit road, getting the car woed up. This is not an easy track to get slowed down to pit road speed on. Austin Edwards still in third, closing on Kirk. And Austin looks underneath as they go through 3 and 4. He just blasts by. Folks, if you missed last week's finish at New Hampshire, go to our YouTube channel. We put out the short of the final laps yesterday, and I gotta tell you, that was a wild finish. We have seen some crazy final lap moves over the course of the last 5 years, but Austin Edwards' move, and that one took the cake. Austin Edwards now in second, 1.6 seconds back. Greg Wellen now in third, right on Austin's bumper. Andy Wilkinson is in. Mark Dantuma and David Lux have just completed their stops. The top 9, including Larry Waits, who's now 22 spots in the 9th. The top 9 drivers right now have yet to make their final stop. And folks, the end of last week's race was so crazy. We have just put the link to the final laps of that race into the chat so you guys can watch it later. Bradley James, Clay Kirchenbauer in. Larry Waits now 24 spots. Remember, last time we were in the middle of green flag stops, the caution came out, and Tyler Ott is in. Kobe Whipple is in. They were in the middle of green flag stops when a caution flew, and that was a huge benefit for several drivers. As Austin Edwards in second is closing the gap on the Dominator. And Austin is coming in. Greg Welland now. Greg Welland's in the wall. What just happened? No caution. All right, Greg Welland as he comes through. Austin pulls low. Oh! I don't know if Greg clipped him or not. I think he did. Let's take a look from the chopper. There's Austin coming in. Nope, I don't think he clipped him. I think it was just a close call going wrong. The Dominator out front, and Adam Rubel now back to second. The top 2 are the only ones that haven't been in. Larry Waits has picked up a penalty coming in. And it looks like Brian Hewitt has had a problem as the Dominator coming in. And Adam Rubel stays out. He will lead. And I'm not sure what happened with Hewitt, but you could see he was on pit road damaged. And Rubel is coming in. Cale Spicer, currently the highest running car, who has completed his final stop. Cale Spicer, since getting caught up in that incident earlier after qualifying on the second row, as he dropped back to almost 20th, but he has made it up. And don't look now, folks. Pujanowski is in second. Kirk Marvel currently in third. Edmund Jones in fourth. Bradley James in fifth. Cody Burke, after his stop, is back in 8th. 17 laps to go to get back to the front. And don't look now, but just ahead of him is the GOAT, Austin Edwards. Edmund Jones now up 12 spots into 5th. And Kirk Marble up 16 spots into 2nd, battling with Pudge. And this may come down to who has the freshest tires. Burke is already to 6th. Austin Edwards in 7th. Burke was the last driver in. Austin in 3 laps before. They have the freshest tires on track at the moment. "15 laps to go. Could we see a rookie in victory lane tonight?" Cale Spicer is out front by 3 1/4 seconds over Kirk at the moment. Kirk is reeling him in. Pudge about 1.5 seconds back, but Bradley James to the inside for 3rd. And Bradley James is going to take 3rd. Burke now to 5th. And make that 4th. The Dominator is running them down. Boy, the rookie better hammer down from here. Greg Wellen is officially out of the race after that incident coming out of turn 4. Cale Spicer's lead, 3 1/4 seconds over Kirk Marble. Kirk in 2nd as Cody Burke less than half a second behind. Remember, Cody has 10 lap fresher tires than the top 2. Austin Edwards, who has 8 lap fresher tires, currently battling with Pudge for 5th. The Dominator now in 2nd. He is 2.6 seconds behind the leader. And 11 laps to go. Will we see a rookie in victory lane tonight, or will the Dominator go 3 in a row? If anybody has any predictions, we'd love to hear them as the leader comes around, gets 10 laps to go. Cody 1.7 seconds back. Kirk Marble still in 3rd. Bradley James closing on him. Austin back in 5th, 1.6 seconds back. Adam Rubel still in 6th. Tyler Ott in 7th. Edmund Jones in 8th. Pudge in 9th. Clay Kirchenbauer in 10th. And looks like Cale likely going to be in lap traffic for the remainder of this race. Joe Lux just ahead as he clears one lap car. A little bit of breathing room once he's past Joe. As Joe moves up top, lets the leader by. But as you can see, he's going to be back in lap traffic pretty quick. Cody now just a quarter second behind Cale Spicer. You've got to hand it to the rookie. He's been out front a lot of this race. He's been, whoa! Ryan McDaniel just went through the infield. Managed to keep it down low as the leaders come by. And Cody takes back the lead. Ryan has towed it to pit road. Let's see what happened. All right, there's Ryan McDaniel coming out of turn 4. And a little bit loose. Keeps it gathered up that time. Let's see. All right, there's Ryan coming out of turn 4. And I think, nope, did not get help. He just tried to move out of the way, smacks the wall hard. Keeps it out of the wall. Nope, he does get the wall coming out of turn 2. Straightens it out, going back into turn 3. Likely hoping he could limp it home. Right off the wall at a turn 4. Comes back down the front straightaway, barely misses it. And then a moment later, smacks the wall out of turn 4, goes through the infield as the leaders are closing. Ouch, hard hitting the pit wall. But keeps it out of the racing groove. The Dominator out front with 3 to go. Cody has a 1.5 second lead over the rookie Cale Spicer. Adam Rubel in third, Bradley James closing. Kurt Marble right there as well. Two laps to go for the Dominator. His lead continuing to grow. The rookie Cale Spicer still holding on to second. Adam Rubel in third, pulling away from the battle behind. And here we go. The white flag flies one more time around for Cody the Dominator Burke. Qualified in second with some new challengers here tonight. Played a different strategy, has stretched the fuel, stretched the tires, and is gonna go 3 in a row. As he comes out of turn 4, he will do it again. Win number 3 of the season. The Dominator wins at Atlanta. The rookie, Cale Spicer, coming home in second. And one of the newest drivers, Adam Rubel, in only his second race, comes home in third. Austin pulling off the three-peat here tonight. 3 races, 3 wins. We'll get a word with our top three here in just a moment. But folks, don't forget tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, Home Motorsports season finale. Immediately followed by the beautiful Unicorn leading the HTSAI Community Convoy. So all you truckers out there, come join the fun. Just waiting on our top three to become available. Folks, don't forget, this race will be on YouTube in 4K later tonight. Make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and the YouTubes. All right, let's talk to our top three, starting with Adam. Adam, man, you have made it known you are here, coming home in third. A heck of a run. Adam, you there?
Adam?
Adam, congratulations, man. Your second race here, you come home on the podium.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you, buddy. Man, they know you are here for sure now. Starting back in ninth, you ended up drifting back a little bit early on. Man, you came back with a vengeance.
Yeah, driver ran out of talent a couple times earlier in the race, but I think I made up for it during the last 20 laps or so.
You definitely did.
Call on right sides only.
I just realized that, man. That's a gutsy call that late in the race, but it really paid off.
It helped the car turn. I didn't think I was going to be able to pass 7 or 8 cars there, though, with so few laps remaining. But it was a blast.
Oh, man, it definitely looked like a ton of fun and a great run again tonight, man. Great job. I'm sure we're going to see you in victory lane really soon.
So, you guys do a great job. I appreciate you having me on. Keep it going.
Great job, man. Congratulations.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
And I don't believe we have second place Cale Spicer available. So let's talk to our winner, Cody the Dominator Burke. Cody, this time you didn't have to watch out for a crazy move by Austin. You just walked away with it.
Yeah, that was a good one. Still had some hairy moments there with a few lap cars and stuff, but no, it kind of went the way I was expecting. Car was good, really good on long runs. I wish we had a few more long runs to begin the race, but no, it all worked out. Probably would have been a little better to take 2 tires that last pit stop, but timing everything and looking at the standings, I still felt pretty safe taking 4. So it all worked out. It was a good one.
Well, Adam said he took 2 on that last stop, and it really paid off for him. But man, it just doesn't seem to matter what you're doing or what you're driving, where it's at. You just take them to school.
Not all the time, but no, we were pretty good tonight. So can't argue with that. I don't know where we are next, but hopefully we can run up front again and pick up another one. It'd be nice.
Well, man, I do have to say, another heck of a run. 3 races, 3 wins. I'm beginning to wonder if Colby's going to implement the Cody Burke rule.
Starting in the back sometimes an advantage on these races. So hey, we'll see.
Oh man, great job! 3 races, 3 wins. Well on your way to another championship. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you. See you next week.
The Dominator back in victory lane, surprising absolutely nobody. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. And don't forget, tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, Home Motorsports season finale. It's going to get wild. Thank you guys so much for being here. We will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, y'all.